Good afternoon, Patriots. Constitution Vet here. Today will be another episode of CV in the Field. This will be really quick. I want to give y'all a very brief overview on what I do for assessments. In my case, I do unit assessments. So once the student has completed everything in a certain unit, then I assess their knowledge. Now, to be fair, there are many ways you can assess a student's knowledge. This way, in my opinion, is the most effective. So, let's get started. Okay, so I am not a fan of multiple choice tests. I think that's fine, but there are other ways you can assess a student's knowledge. And once a student hears that they're never going to have to take a multiple choice test, a sense of relief comes off their shoulders. So here we go. This was one I created for U.S. history. We just finished Unit 1, and Unit 1 covers revolution, expansion, separation. What does that mean? Well, the American Revolution, our country expanding, hence the Louisiana Purchase, Lewis and Clark Expedition, War of 1812, different examples of expansion, and then separation, the Civil War, before, during, and after. Sorry, get a little blurry there. When the student begins this, they don't know that's actually a test. All they know is that they are writing down everything that they can remember. So I begin the assessment with simply saying, okay, tell me everything that you know about this topic. So here, they will write down as many key points as they can remember. It can be images, it can be little pictures, words, anything that applies to that subject that they can remember. Once they feel that they've exhausted everything that they know, then I have them move on to the next subject. They do the same thing. Expansion. Tell me everything you remember about expansion. Lewis and Clark Expedition, Louisiana Purchase, War of 1812, the Erie Canal, like whatever. Again, they write all the things down, branches, images, wherever they want. Same thing for separation. Okay? They complete all that. Once all that's done, then I, the teacher, come back, I find some free space, and I write a question. Now, you can also do this on paper as well. It doesn't have to be on a whiteboard. One open-ended question that covers the subject. One example of this. Based on what you know, how would you explain the arguments for and against independence? There you go. That's a question. Ideally, you'd want your student to write a paragraph. Okay? But as long as they answer clearly and concisely, they're good. This same thing happens again for the next subject, then the next subject. All the subjects in the unit get their own area. After they write the key points, you then ask one open-ended question. Then you get to the most important part. Practical skills. What practical skill can you pull from the material? And then how can you apply this to your life? So now what you're doing, you're creating a personal connection between the material and the student. Finally, when all that's said and done, you ask one more open-ended question that covers everything. This question could sound something like this. In your own words, how would you explain the evolution of American history from revolution all the way through to separation? That is a unit assessment. The best part about this is when everything is said and done, that board is going to be full of stuff, words, images, different notes here and there, full paragraphs, whatever. The point is, everything that's filled is from the student. So by the end of it, the student can take a step back and look at everything that they actually do know. And you, the teacher, can celebrate that and say, look, you did this. This is you. And then you tell them, by the way, that was your unit assessment. And when the student realizes that, all of a sudden they feel, well, happy, impressed of themselves, that they actually do know something. See, I don't tell them about the assessment beforehand because I don't want them coming in filled with anxiety or nervousness. I don't want them stressing out at all. I want them to be completely relaxed. And by the end of the assessment, they look at what they've accomplished and they know, wow, I do know something. I'm not an idiot. And more importantly, I am worth something. That's all I got, Patriots. Have a great day. Never surrender, never submit. This is Constitution Vet, signing out.